yet another exciting edition of Echo Sports on Echo FM 100.5, 100.7 now. You know, say sometimes nobody always really mean the thing they worry me sometimes, but it's all right.
Why you involve me for this one now?
I need to involve you. Any matter we involve only me now. You know, we'll be partners now.
Every time we say we
understand
partners.
This game now. All right. Good evening. Welcome to Echo Sports and Echo FM 100.7 Owerri with one and only Catchy Sports alongside Nobody Sports Chef, and we are ready again this evening to take you again through the world of sports because the leagues, almost every other league.
Manchester United. Manchester United
2-0.
Carrick ball
2-0.
Carrick ball
2-0.
Carrick ball
2-0.
Carrick ball
2-0. You don't stop today.
You know easy.
It's all right. All right, my people. So just the leagues have all started, and to be frank with you, a lot of things, transpired over the weekend. But one of the most exciting things is that Nigerian players are doing marvelously well in the different leagues where they are playing. Good evening again, welcome, and you've already heard heard that voice talking about Nobody Sports. Nobody, good evening to you.
Good evening, Maui Sabi. Good evening to Manchester United fans. Good evening to everyone listening to the sound of our voices.
It's all right.
Good evening to those that are looking forward to the betterment of Chelsea.
It's all
Good
right.
evening to the defending champions.
It's all right.
Good evening. Anywhere you find yourself, you understand. Just collect time, enjoy and you get. So I'd like to welcome you. It's Echo Sports once again. A wonderful Monday evening. Today being the 24th day of August 2026. Nobuchigo's Rimi saying, hello, man, you. How far now?
Hi, fine. It's all right.
Okay, where am I? Okay, club win a red. No wonder.
It's all right.
You can relate in proxy.
No, not in this one, please.
Okay, no. Okay.
All right, my people. Let's begin from the home front because they say charity begins at home, but then it doesn't stop at home. Again, we told you over the weekend, and then that news is still flying around, and I can assure you that it's an exciting one. The NNL annual general meeting just got concluded over the weekend here in the city of Owerri, and I can assure you that the chairman of NNL, talking about George Aluo, was full of revelations, as he said a lot of things that will be following this season's NNL. A lot of innovations, a lot of wonderful pieces of information. Remember, our own darling club, Heartland FC of Owerri, are in the NNL at the moment, and then of course after the AGM meeting, the of the NNL had a lot to say. No, but it was an exciting one.
It was an exciting one. We spoke a bit about it, bringing more updates concerning it. Definitely the good people of Owerri would want to know this one where they carry come Owerri like this, and at the end of the day it has come and has gone through. I can tell you that positive updates are coming through for this particular NNL season. And talking about Mr. George, he has come out to state he commended the people of Imo State, gave kudos to members of the press, gentlemen of the press, and also gave kudos to His Excellency, the distinguished Senator Hope Uzodinma, the governor of Imo State.
For attracting that meeting to Imo State.
Yes, and ultimately he also gave a bit of updates concerning what we are going to anticipate. When he was questioned by the journalist, he had this to say after the end of that particular meeting.
This talk about structure, we are trying to look at a situation where every year we'll continue to trim down. From 40, we came down to 36. From 36, we came down to 32, to 34. We are looking at next season will come down to 32. And where that will leave us is that when we come down to 32, we'll have, instead of 4 conferences, we'll now have 2 conferences, A and B, of 16-16. So that is where we want to be. This is the mandate that has been given to us by the president of Nigerian Football Federation. So structurally, we are on a mission to ensure that at the end, and again, talking about structure, you can see that our calendar has been consistent. The era when you do not know when to start the league and when to end it is gone. We are starting this year again in October. By April, we will be done. And when we are done in April, we'll go and play the Super 4 like we did this year. And what that means is that when we finish our Super 4, the 4 teams that have already gained promotion will begin to prepare ahead of the new season in MPFL. So like before, when we came on board, we knew that one of the problems that makes our teams go up and come down again immediately is because by the time you do not structure your calendar, the MPFL season is gone. Then you finish your own season after MPFL. Just 2 weeks or 3 weeks to the kickoff of the next MPFL season. You have already laid the foundation for those clubs to go back to where they are coming from. But if you look at what we have done now, Inter Lagos, Sporting Lagos, Ranchers Bees, and Doma, we finish our season 2 clear months before the April 28th kickoff date of MPFL. So that way, these clubs are able to prepare very well ahead of the new season. And that is why all the NNL clubs that are gaining promotion to MPFL are now doing well, not just in the league, but even in the Federations Cup.
All right, you can hear that live and direct from the horse's mouth, talking about Mr. George Allo, a son of the soil, who was very excited during the meeting that this particular meeting is coming to Imo State, for the first time since he became the chairman. And maybe for the first time, it's been a long time. We're still asking when was the last time Imo State had the opportunity of doing that kind of thing. So congratulations to him, talking about the NNL chairman, and to all the stakeholders, and most importantly, congratulations to Imo State government for attracting that to Imo State. And if you listen to what he just said, Noble, there is a serious innovation, just like he said. Now you know when you're starting, when you're ending, there is no more confusions, and clubs that are coming from the NNL cannot compete comfortably in the MPFL.
And then you can pick up from where he said that when they took charge. So he saw the NNL has gotten to a particular level, and then when he took charge with his team, he saw the need to bring in fresh ideas, and the fresh ideas, they started implementing it, and then going forward, he spoke about signing some kind of a deal, signing a deal to ensure that the NLL is being broadcasted, looking at picture-friendly venues. Also, he told the club sides that
to make sure that
they beef up their venues, they beef up not just renovating the stadium alone, but the playing tough as well. He encouraged clubs to take games live as well. So it's not only in the hands of the NNL to market
individual
the league.
Clubs
Individual clubs will also do that. So
he
also spoke about consistent calendar, that the calendar in one way is falling in line with not just Nigerian football calendar, but going into international structure for football games. So, and also talking about enough rest for teams in the NNL. He stated that going down to how it was bulky, he spoke about how a lot of teams were in the NNL, but they are trying to cut it down to ensure that there's a particular structure. So from 2 months before the start of the MPFL campaign, that did not have about 2 months before this, unlike before that it just takes
immediately from here you jump into
MPFL. No time to rest. There's no precision, nothing, but gives clubs coming in from the NNL enough time
to have a breathing
space, recoup, get up probably a different strategy, because the strategy way they used to play nobody the same. You can see how the strategy, definitely the way Hull City they beat Manchester United.
It means that the
nobody same strategy when they used to play championship.
I agree with you.
You agree? Because man, you lose.
Let me make them lose.
But regardless, we are looking forward to seeing the NNL, and also October 31st, we're going to see Heartland up against Crown FC of Ogbomosho
for the first match.
For the very first match. So let's see what happens.
All right, that's it for the NNL. And ladies and gentlemen, like I told you earlier on, our hands are not just full, but excessively full, because Tori Bokumama Brokasaya this water, in fact, make you know them at all. All right, without much ado, let's take you on. Let's talk about Nigerian players over the weekend. They impressed. I can assure you they impressed very well. When Nigerian players, of course, delivered standout performances across Europe over the weekend, highlighted by goals from Semi Ajayi, Victor Osimhen and Chidera Ejuke, alongside strong displays in other leagues in England and other top European football clubs. Semi Ajayi, the Hull City man, scored an opening header in the 17th minute as a newly promoted Hull City pulled off a 2-0 major upset against Manchester United in the Premier League. Victor Osimhen, on his own part in Galatasaray, continued his stellar scoring form in the Turkish Super League with another vital goal, pulling closer to historic club records. Chidera Ejuke of Sevilla came off the bench against Athletic Bilbao in La Liga Santander and scored a brilliant lob goal to seal a 3-1 victory. Nathan Teller, Bayer Leverkusen, found the back of the net in the Leverkusen's DFB Pokal match. Samuel Chukwueze earned a high praise and the man of the match performance nomination for his stellar performance in Serie A. Now, notable performance also include Ako Adams, who smashed the brace 2 goals in France. In France, we're going to talk about Ato Konko with his wonderful 8-save masterclass when Charlton Athletic beat West Ham that just got relegated in a 2-1 thriller. Then we can also talk about Sadiq Saleh and Adeleke Akeyemi, who shone in lower down in the European leagues, netting 2 goals each in FK Meta and IF Gymnastic respectively. Would you definitely say that these guys, Nigerian players, first week, actions everywhere? In fact, one of the ones that impressed me so much was Chukwueze, who won man of the match for AC Milan.
Well, yes, for Chukwueze, a different role, but the same responsibility, carrying the team forward. And this actually, I think, 4 assists in 6 AC Milan games now for Samuel Chukwueze. Last season, he spent it on loan at the Craven Cottage in the English Premier League, and he put up a couple of performances. I remember that performance in that game between Fulham and Manchester City, where he recorded a brace, stunning goals against Manchester City. Yes, there's a bit of Fulham and AC Milan did not get down to evaluation, and that deal did not materialize. So he went back to AC Milan. He was on loan from AC Milan.
Ruben Amorim.
Now, yes, he's playing the role of that Ruben Amorim gave Amad Diallo when he was at Manchester United. So he's playing as a wing back, and going down to seeing his performances against Manchester United in a friendly game. In that game that AC Milan beat Manchester United 4-2. Still a losses should be expected from Samuel Chukwueze. And then going over to Sevilla's performance over the weekend, that should be against Athletic Bilbao, where we saw Chidera Ejuke, some shots finish. He put up a wonderful run, got the pass and lobbed the keeper to actually finish up an all-round performance that earned praise from the fans of Sevilla. He's going to miss Ako Adams, his Nigerian connection, who has left the Spanish Liga and joined the Italian Serie A side Venezia. And a beautiful goal, I can tell you. Ejuke, who is a magician, a maestro in midfield. Ultimately, the coach after the game said that everyone definitely will have a part to play, praising Chidera Ejuke. His performances are not a new thing. He has always been doing it, and going into his second full season with the Spanish side. Let's see if he can add in more goal contributions to aid the cause of Sevilla. Sevilla had I'm going to say a very poor season. The last season, it was very, very poor. Let's see what we are going to expect from the Sevilla side. And then going over to Victor Osimhen, nothing new, because what he knows how to do is actually score. Leading the standout performances for Nigeria players. Semi Ajayi, on a rebound, he ensured that he put the ball past Son Lemon. Son Lemon brilliantly saved the first header that came through from his co-defender in that particular game against Manchester United. And the ball fell kindly to Oluwaseun Ajayi there. He did not make any mistake.
Did the needful.
Close to, certain times people don't understand that, yes, when you look at the position and also looking at the distance, someone can miss it.
Yes.
But he ensured that he buried it into the back of the net.
You're playing against Manchester United. That kind of goal was...
that just opened... he put Manchester United on pressure. They put them on pressure, while Manchester United were looking forward to a comeback. The second goal came through from yet another defender. 2 goals scored by defenders against Manchester United, showing that Manchester United that are still struggling when it comes down to set pieces, because the 2 goals came from set pieces. They need to do more because they're going to meet the likes of Arsenal. They're going to meet the likes of Brentford, Bournemouth, and also having Liverpool, having Adoni Iraola at Liverpool. Liverpool are going to also look at set pieces when it comes down to their training. So these are all little margins can make you lose a game, and Michael Carrick definitely needs to respond going into match week 2.
It's all right until match week 2. We'll go see what go. Moving on now, my people. Still a Sports on Echo FM 100.7 over. Let's look at the Premier League in full as it happened over the weekend. Now, I want to let you know that never in the history of the Premier League, since it was renamed the Premier League in the 1992 league, has all 3 newly promoted clubs won their matches, all the 3 matches at day 1. But 2 newly promoted clubs have won their opening Premier League matches only the 4th time in the competition's history, after Hull City stunned Manchester United 2-0 and Ipswich Town defeated Sunderland 2-1 on Saturday. Okay, Hull marked their return to the top flight after 9 years out with a shock victory over Manchester United at the MKM Stadium, while Ipswich on their own sealed their own winning return with Jack Clark scoring a 90th minute winner against Sunderland, who did well last season. Shemi Ajayi put Hull ahead before Noble Mendy doubled, not my own Noble here now.
Not Bell Mendy, because it's not, his own is EL, my own is LE, you understand? Right. But still,
you know, I wanted to be phonetically. All right, let's go. Noble Mendy, I wanted to see if Mama will claim that one. Who say you know the possible? All right, Noble Mendy, of course, doubled the advantage, giving the Tigers their first league victory over Manchester United, and that was since 1974. I don't know whether they don't bore you that time. Right. For Ipswich, Clark, let's strike, completed a 2-1 victory over Sunderland, and of course ensured that 2 of the 3 promoted sides opened their campaign with victories. Now, the Premier League described Saturday's result as a dream start for the 2 promoted clubs. Coventry City, the 3rd promoted club, were unable to complete the clean sheet after losing 3-0 against Arsenal in the opening day. The feat is particularly rare in the Premier League. Before this season, 2 newly promoted clubs had won their opening games only on 3 occasions. That was in 1997-98, 2021-22, and the 2025-26 as 2025-26. Now, this is the one that is making it 4th. Now, in 2021-22, Brentford defeated Arsenal 2-0. Arsenal said it will happen this time. Before Watford beat Aston Villa 3-2, the Premier League said 2 results meant promoted clubs, the history has not been broken. I mean, all 3 winning. Now, we can go down and let you know that the way things turned out, Hull City is particularly notable because of what they did. All right, we'll continue. The Premier League described that result as a dream start. Of course, who will not say? Now, all in all, it was a very wonderful starting of the Premier League season. It was an Why? Now, I'll let you know why. Because it began, that was on Saturday. On that Saturday, something happened. Arsenal said, no, we cannot continue having the history of, a newly promoted club always beating us.
They've always had that history, and every time when the season opens,
yes, sir. So, Arteta broke that particular record, and then we moved on to Saturday. Manchester United surprised us. But though, was it a shock to you?
Well, it was a shock to everyone watching that particular game, because now Manchester United came in. They are coming in with a lot of flair from the way they ended last season. Remember,
even the way they played in pre-season.
Pre-season, they lost just 2 games in pre-season. Okay. You understand? Beating the likes of Atletico Madrid, playing out a 1-0 draw with PSG. You understand? So coming through, and also the way they ended the season, coming up against a newly promoted side. A lot of pressure was on Michael Carrick. This is his first game in charge as the head coach of Manchester United.
This one no be soup what they don't kill already. What they don't cook already, so they can add salt.
You know, you go add salt. You know, it gets.
They don't cook the soup now.
It gets soup go deep. You understand? You go come do like say you don't the sour. If you warm them again, you come do okay, come sweet. You come add small this thing.
Spice up.
That sour taste now will come blend. You come give you different taste. Anyway,
Yeah, they don't give them everything. So
they give them everything now. Many people talk say if say Michael Carrick get this job,
saying for
Carry League, start with Manchester United. But ultimately, I would also say this is the first game
That's
for
the
Manchester
truth anyway. Let's not take it away from them.
It is the first match, and when you go through records, Manchester United, the seasons that they won the Premier League, a couple of seasons they've always lost. A couple of seasons that they've lost the first game, they've gone on to win the Premier League. But you know they work for them every time. They get a couple of seasons. Last season they lost their first game and they did not win any trophy. You get so ultimately it's the first game. A lot of trials and errors, and one thing I can tell Michael Carrick is from my anyway, still just the first game, but from the first game, that pairing of Santos and Tillemans does not work.
Yeah,
probably,
he has to look at it.
He needs to try probably Kobe Mino and Tillemans, or Kobe Mino and Santos, so some kind of tweak. And reports have it that Baleba it's already 100% completed for Manchester United. There are also reports that they are making it compulsory that they will go for a left back, that they are not putting all 100%. They are not banking on Luke Shaw playing 3 games a week.
3 games a week because of his injury.
His injury record. So they are looking at bringing in a left back, since Michael Carrick wants to utilize Chinazepere as a winger, a left-sided winger. And ultimately Manchester United, some parts of Manchester United fans have criticized that particular performance from Chinazepere after this performance at Hull City, that they need to bring in an all-and-out winger, probably start up Marcus Rashford. Manchester United fans had the opportunity to see Marcus Rashford don the jersey again in the Premier League. They are yet to play their first home game. It was an away game, and I can tell you that Chuba Akpom is back to the Premier League. Remember that guy? He was under Michael Carrick in the spell that Michael Carrick definitely remember in years to come, going into the 2022-2023 season, where he was with Middlesbrough and he recorded 28 goals. After that particular goal tally, many expected Chupa Akpom to actually go into the Premier League, but he made a move away from the English league, went into Dutch Eredivisie. It didn't really pan out well for him in the first 2 seasons. He racked up about 40 appearances in 2 seasons for Ajax, recording about 14 goals with 4 assists in the Dutch Eredivisie. Moving away from the Dutch Eredivisie, went to Lille, and then he recorded just 4 goal contributions with Lille, and then going into the coming back to the English Championship 2 seasons ago, 2025-2026 season. He came back. He made 29 appearances. Still didn't come back to that particular of the championship. Now he made a substitute appearance, coming in to substitute one of the goal scorers. That should be Everson, and ultimately he definitely is going to be a piece for Ipswich Town. Ipswich Town, a couple of seasons, just 2 or 3 seasons ago, they were in the Premier League with a certain Liam Delap, who is with Chelsea right now, though Chelsea want to offload him. So a whole lot actually went down in that particular game for Ipswich, and then for Ipswich, and then going to Hull City, they definitely will bank on the experience of the Nigerian defender Ajayi, and also going into the midfielders doing pretty well to curtail Bruno Fernandes, curtail Matheus Cunha, also Brian Mbeumo, and for Michael Carrick, questions were asked. Let's see if he can answer the questions going into match day 2.
All right. Now, just a reminder that after that particular, shocker, there were also results. Everton beat Crystal Palace by 2-0 over the weekend. Ipswich Town shot Sunderland 2-1, like we told you. Least one Nottingham Forest 1-0 away.
I don't think there will be a bigger shocker than that 3-0. No, Tottenham loss. I don't think there will be a shocker bigger than that. Because it's in the house, a lot of people were anticipating that they are going to whip. They are going to whip Brighton.
All right. Brentford beat Tottenham Hotspur. A huge shock. The last match on Saturday, Brentford beat Tottenham Hotspur by 3-0. Although the coach, said that one thing is to buy the players, another thing is for them to gel, to blend together, and which is true, they are yet to blend together. Remember, we're live on Facebook on Echo FM 100.7 on Echo FM. You can join us on Facebook to be part of the show. You can also drop a comment, like, and share us. We are live on Facebook. Now on Sunday, Brighton. Another shocking result, trashed Aston Villa 4-0. And Manchester United managed a 2-1 victory over AFC Bournemouth. Newcastle United and Liverpool drew 2-2 to wrap up the weekend. And Chelsea will be in action tonight for a Monday night football.
Yes, Uchenna Clever has been elated. He has been excited. Definitely, Mr. Cosmos is also excited concerning this particular encounter. A couple of the backroom staff for Echo FM, and also going into
we don't want to mention other names, so just mention
you understand. Also, when you go over to the King Group here, with a lot of them, they are looking forward to seeing Chelsea's game. You understand? Uchenna Clever, in his own words, the Premier League starts today. You understand?
No problem.
You get. So let's see how it goes for Chelsea. They can borrow leaf when it comes through to Tottenham Hotspur. The coach has said that they brought in a couple of players, and we've seen what happened to them. Chelsea are always bringing in players, going down to having the whole village, and Xabi Alonso is anticipated to select the best legs from the whole village that he has signed, plus also the old guards that were included into the setup. You understand? They are anticipated to ensure that because right now pressure is on Xabi Alonso. Manchester United lost. Manchester City late come back to win a game. Looking at Tottenham Hotspur losing. Also looking at how Aston Villa scandalously lost their game. So pressure is on Xabi Alonso. His first game as a manager in the Premier League, and also first game after that. Am I going to call it after his sack as a Real Madrid manager? A competitive game for Xabi Alonso with a team as large as Chelsea. Who is going to select? Who is he going to drop? Who is going to make the starting 11? Who is he going to bank upon as a substitute? A lot of questions would rest on the shoulders of Xabi Alonso and his backroom staff.
It's all right. We're going to see, and the questions maybe which end I go answer tomorrow. Let's go on now. All right, let's go to Spain and let you know that Atletico Madrid head coach Diego Simeone has apologized to Super Eagles super winger forward Ademola Lookman for playing him out of his position during their La Liga clash against Villarreal. Simeone admitted that Lookman was deployed in an unfamiliar role due to the absence of Alexander Solot through injury, and Julian Alvarez still working his way back to the full form. According to him, he said, "I have to apologize to Ademola Lookman. I know that is not his position. We needed him to help us there because Solot is injured and Julian is working his way back into his best form. He is great kid and he's working hard, but he was mixing the things he enjoys most, which is dribbling, scoring goals, taking players one-on-one and other things. Well, we'll get him back to doing those things he knows how to do best." Simeone apologizing to Lookman, and yesterday he was played out of position, and that affected his game. I love coaches that understand how things work and have the that courage to shape things up. And I also like you to react to the situation of Alvarez at the moment in that club.
Okay, ultimately, sacrifices must be made in situations like this. Solot are not yet available. Julian Alvarez not yet match fit, and one will also look into the fact that Julian Alvarez he declared his interest that he wanted to leave the Wanda Metropolitano, Diego Armando Maradona Stadium, however I might put it, talking about AC Milan, talking about ATM, I beg your pardon,
yes.
Atletico Madrid. And first, for Diego Simeone, he's the longest serving manager in the Spanish La Liga right now, and he has been with Atletico Madrid, the ups and downs during the time they've had opportunities to win the league, though it may be few, but ultimately he's someone that understands the system, someone that has built a structure, and definitely he needs those pillars to ensure that this is a player that came through January. This is about 7 months in right there at the Madrid, the Spanish capital. Also, for a man who came through and burst onto the scene, getting a couple of goals in the first few matches that he played for Atletico Madrid, he understands that a winger always likes to express himself. And also in a situation where you find yourself in unfamiliar territory, the coach would also be under pressure, because if this backfires, the media will be on him, the fans will be on him. But so far, Diego Simeone, he looked at his squad that he had. He had a Saturday when he had Baina, the World Cup winner, can actually come through. A winger can also sit into. But he looked at all the attacking options that he had and decided to make use of Ademola Lookman. He saw something in him, which is that goal-scoring instinct. Though sacrifices must be made, he had to take away the one-on-one opportunities to beat defenders, going out to bringing out the flair, dribbling players, making the running behind defenders. But ultimately, he was looking forward to getting a player who has a penchant for goals to actually run the defense down and create problems. Lookman had to sacrifice his natural strengths, dribbling, taking on defenders one-on-one, scoring from wider areas to focus on the central role, or actually trying to bring up that focal point that defenders would be on him. So the future outlook, Diego Simeone has promised to return Ademola Lookman to his favorite position, the favored position, if you can put it out, once the attacking players are available again. Looking at Solot, as well as looking at Alvarez. And also he has a player that he brought in from Paris Saint-Germain, who scored on his debut that also added attacking threats for Atletico Madrid. But ultimately, it's all about the common goal: win the match and try to pursue every trophy that is in sight.
All right, in Spain also over the weekend, Jose Mourinho began his second stint at Real Madrid with a 2-1 hard-fought victory.
Hard-fought victory. Final. Well,
I mean, you say when that young boy, they just also got, during the summer, talking about SP. As soon as SP scored that goal, Jose Mourinho did the usual Jose Mourinho thing, the celebration
but
and everything.
Not up to the celebration, because at some point
age is coming.
Well,
age is coming.
If it were
the old Mourinho, he would have gone
he would run around the field.
I'm telling you,
he would go and celebrate with Carlos SP and the team.
Because you look at the quality of players he has in that particular team, and people were expecting him to see off Espanyol as quickly as possible. Although Espanyol is a very tricky team, they scored. Espanyol came back, and then everybody fought Mbappe, Vini. Everyone was doing whatever they know how to do best. But those Espanyol guys were very stubborn until the substitute SP came on and delivered that much-needed goal. And then on Sunday, Barcelona made a huge statement that that they are still interested in going for a back-to-back victory after they trashed Eche by 5-0 away. That's after Atletico Madrid themselves drew 2-2 against Villarreal, and Getafe managed a 1-0 victory over newly promoted Racing Santander. Very impressive La Liga first week. But the two suspects, the two clubs we expect maybe based on the paper to win this particular league, both got the victory. Jose not starting on a very strong note, but on a winning note anyway.
But still, Jose's trademark, when you look at Jose Mourinho is someone that he will tell you that you can keep the ball, you can play fancy football.
I just want the points.
All he wants is the points, you understand? But unlike Jose Mourinho, we saw Real Madrid side that went on the attack. I don't know if it's based off on the Real Madrid flair. You don't expect them to actually go on the defensive lap, but ultimately, Espanyol got the equalizing goal after Real Madrid took the lead in that encounter. And one will also look forward to seeing more of Jude Bellingham delivering consistently. He has been doing that ever since he arrived from Dortmund. He has always shown that he's a match winner. But waiting Jose Mourinho has to understand that, he has to find a way to fine-tune the attack, playing Bellingham, playing Adagule, Vinicius, Mbappe. At some point, also looking at the man from Man City, the Portuguese maestro, Bernardo Silva. So he definitely needs to find a way to actually tactically where everyone can function. Because at some point, yes, many have criticized Vinicius Junior when it comes down to his impact. He misplaced a lot of passes.
He misplaced a lot of passes.
No shot on target.
Was falling anyhow.
You understand?
That was
and also, when you look at Jose Mourinho's response, he heavily condemned the treatment of Vinicius Junior, describing it as orchestrated bullying. He used the word orchestrated bullying by opponents and also the fans. When it comes down to the bullying pattern, when it comes down to social error, and also looking at a call for emotional control when it comes to Vinicius Junior. You understand? And you can see that Jose Mourinho probably has been speaking with Vini, because right now you can see his reactions when he's being fouled and how he gets up in a situation that it's a different Vini that we are seeing, definitely looking differently facially. Because of the constructive surgery that he went on to. But a whole lot still needs to be worked upon for Jose Mourinho in that particular match. And then for Barcelona, brilliant start for Hansi Flick when it comes through to how he has managed to consistently perform. Elche has always come through to cause problems for the big boys in the Spanish La Liga, but it was
not this time around.
Not this time around. Rafinha, captain of the side, getting a brace. The man who came from Dortmund, Karim Adeyemi, got a goal. The German did brilliantly on his debut, starting his first game with the defending champions. The likes of Fermin Lopez also getting a brace in that encounter. And then when he was asked about Alejandro Balde, he stated that Balde is not yet 106. He told Balde there is no 106% fit, not 100%. So
that means for you to play in this Barca side, you need to
be more than up and doing. You understand? So, and also he said that he's going to speak with Balde, and also going through to report stating that Balde wants to leave Barcelona. Manchester United linked with Alejandro Balde and all, but ultimately 5-goal masterclass from Barcelona. It sets the tone. But Jose Mourinho also is telling Hansi Flick, you can score the goals, no problem. You have 3 points. I have 3 points.
Let's see how it goes. All right, just let you know that at the moment, Chelsea this evening will be expecting to be in action by 8 p.m. against Fulham away. And of course, in La Liga Santander, Osasuna have played 37 minutes alongside La Venta, and it's still 0-0. There will be a match by 8:30 this evening in La Liga Santander. Malaga and a traditional name, Deportivo La Coruna. Remember that club that once shocked AC Milan in the Champions League? I tell you something, that club, that's for another day. And then in Italy, Bologna are losing at home 1-0 to Lazio. AS Roma and Fiorentina will be in action by 7:45 this evening. In Germany, they are still on with their DFB Pokal. That's what's going on now in Germany. Hamburger beat Verela 3-0. Of course, we also have Wolfsburg beating Alagachek 2-2. Okay, that was a 2-2 game. Cologne beating Wolfsburg Kickers 2-1. And then Schalke 04 will be in action later this evening, 9:45 against Halesha FC. Well, these actions. Let's go back to storylines. It's important that we let you know that there are so many things we need to talk about this evening. UEFA chief Alexander Seferin has said he is not interested in replacing Gianni Infantino, but warned the under fire FIFA president he must quit or face leadership challenge. Infantino has come under increasing pressure to step down as head of a World Football Governing Body over now abandoned plan to, of course, lease off the World Cup. Now, UEFA, which oversees European football, has threatened a boycott of FIFA competitions, with several other continental and national federations also withdrawing their support for Infantino. And I tell you something, that Seferin ruled himself out of taking the place of Infantino, but warned Infantino to check his back because he be like saying no, that's supposed to. Paris Saint-Germain coach Luis Enrique, after he also was shocked over the weekend, though not a loss, but against Rennes, he played a 2-2 draw. He's come out to say Paris Saint-Germain has warned his players that they must step outside their comfort zone and continue proving themselves despite their recent success. The warning came after PSG were forced to fight back in a 2-2 draw with Stade Rennes in their opening League One game of the season on Sunday. According to news, PSG, who won the European Super Cup this month, but lost a French Super Cup to Racing Lom. Struggle in the first half at Rennes, prompting Enrique to make 2 changes at the break. Osman Dembele and Kipta Kvaratskhelia were replaced by Mika Götze and Ferran Torres, with Torres scoring twice to secure a point for Paris. And the coach is coming out now to warn the players, say, look, whatever you have won shouldn't enter your head.
And a brilliant start for Ferran Torres, making a move from Barcelona, and then his first game as a substitute, he comes to the rescue for PSG. He shows that he's one to look out for, both from the defensive point of view when it comes down to defending the Champions League. Remember that this same Luis Enrique has stated that if Madrid can do it, so this PSG team can also do it in the Champions League. But starting poorly shows that they are still in the same mess as Manchester United and looking at Liverpool, because they didn't secure maximum points over the weekend. Let's be honest.
Let's be honest.
So they've started the season poorly.
They came from behind twice.
Yes, so they don't need to they don't need to be jittery right now. That is what Luis Enrique is preaching to the players. A lot more needs to be anticipated. A lot more needs to be done. But this PSG side, they have what it takes to hurt you. But teams also after them. Not just
they look like they are becoming saturated somehow.
Not like they are saturated.
Because to them, they'll say, we won the Champions League back-to-back, League One back-to-back, and we won the Super Cup back-to-back also. Because that's what the man is telling them. Look, guys, forget whatever we have won in the past. Drop it. Come out of your comfort zone. Let's play this game again.
As it is, it's not about what they... Remember that a couple of players actually have been brought into this particular squad. Götze came in from Ajax. We also have the man that came in from Lyon that is in that particular team. Looking at Ferran Torres coming in from Barcelona. So a bit of the tempo might actually... And then they've actually sold a couple of players in the team. So it's all about finding a balance with the new players and also ensuring that the absence of the old players will not be felt. That's all it comes through. Teach the new players that this is the approach, this is the structure, and also let them feel what it is to actually represent the team that is from the French capital, the team from the Parc des Princes,
back-to-back Champions League
Princes Park. So back-to-back Champions League winners, and also tap in from their strength. So now Ferran Torres has made a statement claim for the starting 11 for this French side, and ultimately it now comes to Luis Enrique, who is always mad when it comes through to tactical approach into the games. He would look for how he can step this team up going into match day 2.
All right. Before we open the phone, let's let you know that UEFA have set September 2nd as the deadline for the clubs to submit their List A squads for the 2026-27 Champions League phase, with clubs allowed to register a maximum of 25 players. According to UEFA on their website on Monday, List A must be submitted by clubs and subsequently verified, according to them, subsequently validated by their respective associations by Wednesday, September 2nd, 2026. Now, the body said clubs must comply with the squad size limit and locally train players quota, which submitting, according to them, must be as at when due. UEFA added that clubs with fewer clubs that have fewer players must also do their best to get it found. Now, this is a maximum of List A, and UEFA are saying that if you don't submit by September 2nd, you are going to fall into our problem. Now, let's come back home a bit. Before we open the phone lines, the Tigress of Nigeria are currently in Tenerife, Spain, but something is happening with them now. I can let you know that Nigerians the Tigress at the moment, with less than 2 weeks to the start of the 2026 Women's FIBA Basketball, Nigerian Tigress are preparing for the global tournament without head coach Irena Wakama, who remains in the United States because of her professional commitments in Chicago. Wakama, who continues to serve as a head coach of the Nigerian national team, is also assistant coach with the WNBA franchiser. The Chicago Sky confirmed her position on their coaching staff in April, with Tyler Marsh as head coach. Now, her absence has meant that the Tigress have continued their World Cup preparations without their head coach on the sidelines. Wakama is expected to rejoin the squad as the team enters the final stretch of their preparation ahead of the World Cup. The Tigress are currently in Tenerife, Spain, where they have been undergoing the third phase of their preparation. The camp runs until August the 24th before the team moves to Zaragoza for its final preparation phase. Nigeria began its World Cup build-up with a training camp in Chicago from July the 29th to August the 2nd before traveling to China for a 3-game exhibition series. The team subsequently moved to Spain for further warm-up matches against European big names. Now, the schedule leaves little room for adjustment. After Tenerife, the Tigress are expected to continue preparation in Zaragoza, where they will face Mali and Puerto Rico before traveling to Berlin for the World Cup proper. The tournament is expected to run from September 4th to 13th in Germany. Rena Wakama not still in camp.
Well, it's a huge problem. There's a man, this is a lady that has overseen 2 Afrobasket championship and also looking forward to her first World Cup with this particular team. And the recent performances of the Tigress is something to be alarmed by. In the friendly games that they played 5 friendly games already, starting from their WNBA experience. They lost all games, 3 games, and they lost it. Going into friendly games, they've come up against China 3 times and won China just once, with China beating them on 2 different occasions. Slipped away in their first encounter with a late opening game lead. 3 points lead, 70-67 win for China. Going to the second game 2 days later, a narrow, hard-fought defensive battle where China also beat Nigeria again 69-65. Before Nigeria beat China with 10 points, capped the Asian leg with an impressive offensive bounce back. It was 88-77. Then coming up against Spain and Belgium, the loss to Spain 83-58, lost to Belgium 90-55. And that is the journey for the Tigress so far. And then not having someone who will be massive, who is actually one of the keys to the puzzle, a piece to the puzzle, Rena Wakama. But ultimately, club side obligations. It all comes through to the contract that the NBBF signed with Rena Wakama, because initially it was all giving us this sweet flavor when it comes through to bringing in the NBA experience. But now it is clashing. It is really clashing. Some weeks before the start of the World Cup, and based off on how club side engagements are, but she definitely needs to be part of the training base. I believe this is where the NBBF have to sit down. If they want Rena Wakama to continue as a head coach of the Tigress, they need to review the contract and know how they can go around it. But ultimately, as it's a day-to-day, weekly thing, the NBA assistant coach role, I feel that will come first in the cadre of things for Rena Wakama. And ultimately, this is where the NBBF have to sit out and find a way to fix this. Rena Wakama, either you step away and someone will come in, take the job full-time, or you take the job full-time and relinquish your WNBA sport. So that one now could be massive. It all comes down to the ball is now in the court of Rena Wakama when that particular deal comes through for her. So it's a massive. When it comes to, definitely should be between the devil and the blue sea. Sure.
And now, beyond the results, attention will now turn to how quickly Wakama can reconnect with the team when she come and translate lessons from preparation games. Now, moving on now. Nigerians beach volleyball players Esther Mbah and Pamela have returned to the country after making history by qualifying for Los Angeles 2028 games. Remember, the African champions were received by officials of Nigeria Volleyball Federation and the National Sports Commission, who were on ground to welcome them. What am I telling you? Nigeria have qualified for the first time in volleyball competition, in the Olympic Games, and I can assure you that Nigeria beat Morocco in the final day to clinch that ticket. Massive victory for the first time in the next edition of the Olympic Games. Talking about Los Angeles 2028, Nigeria will be represented in volleyball. Now, having said that, it's important to let you know that Ghana and South Africa have discovered the opponents there that are standing between them and qualification for the final stage of the FIFA Women World Cup 2027 playoffs. Remember, it was Ghana and South Africa that went ahead at the expense of Nigeria and and the other country, to go for the playoffs. That's international playoffs now. The two African countries now know the countries they are going to face. The two African nations are among the 6 teams set to contest the preliminary phase of the Intercontinental Playoff Tournament. Ecuador, Uzbekistan, Papua New Guinea, and Chinese Taipei completed the 6 teams. Draw concluded at the FIFA headquarters in Zurich on August the 20th, placed the teams into 3 groups of 2. However, each side will play their 3 matches during the preliminary tournament with the features stretched to determine the 2 teams to go through. Ghana are in Group C alongside Ecuador, while South Africa were placed in Group A with Uzbekistan. Group B comprises Papua New Guinea and the Chinese Taipei. So it's now in the hands of the Ghanaian ladies to make sure that they make Africa proud, but adding to the number of countries, we already have 4 assured. We need more.
Ghana and South Africa have the opportunity because just 2 things, according to the format, to make it through.
Yeah.
And already 4 have taken up automatic tickets going to Brazil for next year. So first game, Chinese Taipei for South Africa. First game for Ghana is Ecuador. Going to match the 2, South Africa will face Ecuador, while Ghana will face Uzbekistan. So going to match the 3, this is where Ghana will face Papua New Guinea, and then South Africa will face Uzbekistan. A tough road, a tough battle, because this is bringing a different flair. This is no longer the AFCON. You are playing teams from Asia, playing teams from North America. You understand, and also going to the Gulf of Guinea. So ultimately, let's see where the strength lies for the Ghanaian ladies, the Black Queens, and also looking at the Bana of South Africa.
Now, the Confederation of African Football CAF has named Nigeria among the 44 countries set to compete at the qualifying campaign of the 2027 African Under-23 Cup of Nations. Nigeria Under-23 will line up alongside Algeria, Angola, Ghana, Egypt, Morocco, Senegal, South Africa, Zambia, and others. The tournament doubles as the African pathway to the Olympic Games football competition. Egypt will host the final tournament. Teams must first navigate the qualifying rounds to secure one of the places on offer. CAF is preparing to conduct the draw that will set the features on the campaign. Additional participating nations include Cameroon, Cote d'Ivoire, DR Congo, Guinea, Kenya, Mali, Tunisia, Uganda, Tanzania, and Zimbabwe. Now, Nigeria will aim to book its place at the finals and maintain the strong tradition of competing at the Olympic Games. Papa God, they will play. Maybe what happened to the others now happen to this one.
0911 20,022, 0911 20,022, or 0707 454 1014, 0707 454 1014. These are the numbers to call to join in the conversation this evening. You can also send in your reactions on Facebook. We are live on Facebook. Go on to Facebook, like, share, and follow us on Facebook as well as on YouTube. You can subscribe Echo FM or Echo 100.7 on Facebook and as well as YouTube. You can also send in a WhatsApp reaction via the phone number 0707 491 3438, 0707 491 3438.
Hello, good evening and welcome to the show.
Hello, Lolo. Hi, my way,
Good evening, B. How are you doing?
I'm fine, are you?
I'm good.
Good evening, first chef.
You won't come and come the laugh.
Hey, no, no, madam.
Good evening, Patience. How are you doing?
I'm good, are you?
I'm fine. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. So, I'm the first caller.
Okay. Chaka, happy Monday.
Thank you. Don't mention. So, I want to talk about my club first. Liverpool. We drew on Sunday yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah, so I believe that this guy can do well. Iraola. That is an away match, and I was expecting us to win that match, but we couldn't. But I know at home this weekend we're going to do better.
Okay.
And my club needs more work. We are not organized yet. We're still organizing ourselves.
Okay.
Yeah, and then tonight, you all know what will happen.
We don't know.
Okay, let me say it now.
Okay.
If people don't know, Fulham will do the needful tonight.
What is the needful?
What is the needful? Sorry.
Why are you guys pretending like...
No. It is your opinion. I want to know your opinion.
You want to put this in on our head now?
Of course. Of course, Fulham are going to beat Chelsea 2-1
Hey, now
tonight.
you're talking.
Okay, no problem. 2-1. Patience.
Clock it.
We are clocking it. If you go to Facebook, you see us clocking it. We are clocking it. You understand? So according to Patience, Patience says that it is a victory
Chelsea,
for
una don
Fulham.
hear.
2-1.
Hello. Good evening.
Women supporting women. I take your own taka. Take it. Happy Monday. Welcome to the show, Princess.
Happy Monday making money.
Okay.
Happy Money making
Either
anyone.
ways, what we need is the money on Monday.
Good evening, Mr. Noble.
Good evening, Princess. You're
Good
welcome.
evening, Mr. Kachi.
Good evening, P. Welcome to the show.
I'm fine there. Patience, don't worry, relax your mind, yeah?
Okay.
You guys will not draw this time around again. I'm backing you up. Just relax.
Women
The
supporting
way
women.
Gunners are winning, Liverpool will continue to win. Do you understand me? As for Chelsea and Fulham, let me keep my reservation before Mama Biggie will face me from.
Family will come for you.
I just call him because of Patience. Patience,
right.
I'm saying hi to you, okay?
All
All right. Good night.
Good night. Yeah. All
Okay,
right, that
do
one
want
is
to come
okay.
back.
Okay, I think also it's important for us to know that this thing is women supporting women. Now, men should also try to support men. Let's go there and see what's on the WhatsApp
Good
page.
evening, Kachi and Nobola. You
Good
guys
evening.
are doing well. I'm enjoying your program, but
Thank
Kachi,
you.
please stop interrupting your colleague while he's speaking. He
Okay.
doesn't do that when you're speaking.
Who be this? Who they proofread us like this?
Now, Vikram.
No, I just maybe I want to be something.
Okay, Vikram. I hail you. Everybody, we are still one family. You
No,
understand?
Vikram, you are free to talk your mind.
We
But
are
one
still one
thing you
family.
gonna say, Nobo knows the way I talk, and I understand the way he talks. That's just the simple truth.
So he says when two persons are talking at the same time, no one is talking. United for life. Hey,
We have never talked. Two of us have not talked at the same time before.
Oh yeah, don't worry. The way,
okay, I did the kama. Onya mere ya the way I did the Vikram, I'm sorry, we understand.
Good evening, Echo family. I'm also Michael Ozizie, testing from Mama Koya. Manchester City are also interested in Alex Scott, but are aware of the Cherries' approach and are instead pursuing other targets. One of those, ironically, is Enzo Fernandez, though Chelsea will not sell him without a replacement line up. Akpande Chelsea that the time has gone, that every other that he will play. Let's see now, let us watch.
Hello, good evening and welcome to the show.
Nobu.
My brother, I greet you.
Nobu, good evening.
Good evening, my brother.
Kachi Nwagogo, a.k.a. the man Wesabi.
Good evening to my brother, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. This is Meka calling from Umuguma.
Thank you, sir, welcome.
Thank you very much. First of all, I want to congratulate my club for winning our match on Friday. And I also want to use this opportunity to thank Arteta and Gilberta and all the whole Arsenal board. Because for a very long time now, people are mocking us. We are suffering, no happiness. But since Andre Beta came to our club,
Things have
we are
changed.
all happy. Things have changed. So I'm very, very happy. And secondly, that Christozolis, honestly, that guy makes me happy each time I see him in the pitch. I believe this time around, Arsenal will conquer. Then coming to Michael Garrick, I believe people are saying by player. I believe it's only this guy from Brazil. It's only the player Aluzuru. And it's almost the players are there. This time around, this weekend, the MSA. I believe the man will bounce back. Oh, a good coach. But it's just that this time around, the load Gadri are heavy because of things I may expect. Before this time, Man U, the load they had him, but this time around, they are expecting him to do something better. So I believe the man will bounce back. Today's match, I want to predict. I'm seeing it. Chelsea is going to win.
Okay. What's the score line?
2-1.
2-1. Same thing as Patience. Okay. Thank you very much, Rebecca.
Thank
Do
you very
enjoy the
Thank
rest
you very
of
much,
your evening.
Marcus.
Now, still going over to our WhatsApp platform. Uji updates, don't update us. In talk, good evening, Kachunwako and Noble the
Good
Sports
evening to
Chef.
you,
Why
Chief.
are you people doing Man United caricature? My brother, where is the curry and the cacho? We are not. There's no curry here right now. You understand? Just because we lost one game, not because we lose one. Where you see curry and cacho where we put for here? UG update says, well, no problem. We are going to bounce back. Bouncing in the Lord, you are bouncing in the Lord. Amen. UG update from Nazi, update us. We appreciate your updates.
UG quality. Thank you very much.
Now, for Liverpool's manager Anthony Raiola, he would like to keep Cody Gakpo, especially after he scored in their opening game this particular season, because there are reports that Tottenham Hotspur and Manchester City are interested in signing the Dutch man. And then Coventry City, they have struck an agreement with Brentford to sign Ethan Pinnock, with a 3-year-old centre-back. Jamaican international. He has been given the permission to do a medical before joining. They just pack in players as they don't come Premier League. And then reports have it that Chelsea, sources at Chelsea believe Enzo Fernandez will push for a move to Manchester City if they finally make their much anticipated approach this particular week. Will Manchester City
time
make
don't pass for the team?
this time they say Fernandez won't push.
Okay.
Won't push the move. You understand? Waiting Alvarez they do. They push move. They won't push him. You understand? And then Al Hilal are getting closer to Gabriel Martinelli's deal. They are already having club-to-club talks with Arsenal. It's in the final stage, and reports have the fees around 50 to 55 million pounds. It's been discussed, and Arsenal are prepared to accept and sell Martinelli. They have Zolis now.
No problem.
No problem. It can go. No problem. I believe this is where we'll draw the curtains close for today's program.
Sure, this is what we're going to call it. Some people are calling, but I can't pick more calls because our time is already up. Thank you very much for being part of the show this evening, and do have a wonderful evening ahead. Trust us that tomorrow evening we'll be back again to continue to update you with the latest from the world of sports. The Premier League and other leagues have started in earnest, and Chelsea will be in action by 8 p.m. this evening.
Okay, my name is Cyril Mens, Nobu Chigo's Dream, Nobu the sports chef, the Fox in the Box, Nobu the Light, and reports have it that Ayub Boadi, he's scheduled to fly to Manchester he was scheduled to fly to Manchester definitely to get his deal done to join Manchester City today, tomorrow. And by this evening, Aingamanu 2-1. Emeka has predicted, and Patience has predicted as well, 2-1. Let's see what that result will come through. Buenas noches.